Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the from where? Oh my gosh, Ugh. From the Grain Arcade. I'm back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We're back here in Judith Plains, Montana. For now, for a bit. If you've seen the title, the stream title, that might explain it a little bit. So we're gonna get busy here today. But first, we're gonna sell this planter back here. This planter, it's okay, but it kind of misses a little on the corners. So we're gonna sell that back. So let's repaint that and repair that. And then we're gonna sell that back. Well, we don't get very much back for that, do we? Alright, I think I am gonna keep the tractor though. Maybe make some changes to the tractor. Put some different wheels on it here. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Twitchy. I do like the twin wheels like this. They seem to work out pretty good. Especially when running like a I don't know why it automatically puts the plate back on there every time. Anytime you come in to customize it, to make a little slight change, they want to put a license plate on your tractor. I guess it's, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's a registration thing. You know, I don't know what the laws are in Montana, but no. Alright, so we will do that. That's 12,000. Okay. Alright, so let's get busy. Let's talk about what I've done though. Got busy. If you didn't see any of the YouTube videos, I got busy, basically, pretty much. Let's go fly around, I guess. Probably the best way to show you. Alright, come fly with me. So made a few small changes. Merged this together, straightened out some edges around some fields. Not really a whole lot. I mean, just some really like more fine tuning stuff here. Kind of straightened this edge out here. But down here, down south, here's a big long ridge right there. Down here is where it really got busy. Cleared out all the trees around the pond here. And basically just plowed all this out. So now it's a nice big field that kind of wraps around the pond. This field over here, we expanded it up into the open lot up here. Have future plans to maybe expand this on up into the woods and then plow this field out up here, but this is kind of a work in progress type thing. We did end up getting this field merged together there, and then we got these merged together here. We got these done, merged all that together, plowed a lot of that out into the open lot there. Merged all of this together. We've got cotton down here now. I think I'm going to come down here and plant some rice down in here. Got all that merged together. And again, more future plans. See the tractor there. I'm going to come in and work on getting these trees out, and probably we'll be plowing a lot of all this together. It's kind of the plan. Looks like I'm probably going to have to do some smoothing. But hey, that's the story of our lives, right? Alright, and then we got to come in and work on these forest areas down here. So we've got plenty of forest area down here. We'll probably expand this field. We've already merged these two together. Probably will expand this out this way. So yep, that's the plan. Right now we need to get busy. It is April 1st. And we need to get a couple more cedars, I think. Let's see. I need to take out some loan because that's going to cost quite a bit of money. I hear the train in the distance. think I'm gonna take out about 500. Not that we'll need all of that, but we might need all of that. Probably end up taking out some more because I do want to go get some more productions today as well. Okay. So that should be enough to get a couple more cedars here at least. Oop, yep, I was on the right one. Really like these Limkins by Stevie. We can change the capacities on these. And then we can also change the color. So we've got, I think we need a green one and a red one. Get the green one. Yeah. This might be like wrong in the eyes of many, but you know, a lot of third-party stuff, you know, you can get it in different colors like this. You can take it to a you can take it to your guy. You know, you got to have a guy. It's like Pimp Your Ride. You guys ever see that show back in the day? That came on back on what we used to call MTV, kids. And it was music television. They actually had music on it, and now not so much. But yeah, it's kind of the thing. It's like Pimp My Ride, but it's like Pimp Your Cedar. That doesn't sound right. Pimp your farm equipment. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure. You know, you take it to a shop where they do customizations and stuff like that. They could totally do it. So let's get that one. Alright, that's really laggy. Why is it laggy? I don't know. Let's do a red one now. We've got a blue one already. Let's see. Case. Question is, should I do a white top or a gray top? I think probably like a light gray top. And then do the rims. They kind of need to match, right? Do light gray. Looks so good to me. Let's buy that one. Alright. Wouldn't you know that stuff spawned like all right there? I gotta move this, header. We've had this header for forever, and the deer combine has not come up for sale yet, so still waiting for that. Made the turn. Alright, got some seed back here to fill up with. Oh, is it already filling? It is filling. Why is the thing not disappearing? There it goes. Oh look, McDonald's is sending me a message. How do they know it's raining? That's weird. I'm being tracked. And I may have to run down to the tractor supply to get some more seed or fert here. Morning, Trent. What map are you switching to? Need more seed. Actually, I've got some... You know what? I've got some down at the other farm down there. Let me go grab that down there. What map are you switching to? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Over. Look at all these plowed fields. All plowed up and ready to go. I am kind of assigning fields to certain crop types. So, you know what I haven't done? What I can do is going down the road here. While I'm going down the highway. Haven't done it yet. Yay! Okay, so Alma, Missouri. The update, he pulled the update from Giants. He went in to fix the fence that's there by the farm. So he pulled the 11.01 update. It's going to come back out as that, I'm assuming probably this week sometime for everybody. But yeah, he wanted to fix that fence. And he announced that this morning. How do you say his name? Is it Chabalki or is it Silobuki? Because I've heard people say it different. I always thought it was pronounced Chabalki, like Chabalkei. Or is it Silo Buki? Is it Silo Buki or Chabalki? Is it like Silo Green or Chalk Baki without the chalk, without the k? It's Chabalki or Silo Buki? CELO or CHAL? Which one? I'm pretty sure I was right with the Chabalki one. You've always said Cilio Buki? Silo Buki? I think somebody once upon a time said it was Chabalki is how you pronounced it. But I've heard other people say Silo Buki. It's spelled Silo Buki. Got some trees to get up. CeeLo Green. What did CeeLo Green sing? How does Google say it? I don't know. Google probably says it like I do. Let me pull Google up here and see. CeeLo. Actually, let me see how you spell it exactly verbatim here, because I don't want to get it wrong. CeeLo Buki. Yep, I was right. Okay. CeeLo Buki. Alright, let's see how Google says it.
Celobuki. Celobuki.
Boy, she's saying that fast. How do you slow her down?
Celebuki. Celebuki.
She's saying celebuki. Like celebrate? If you spell it the other way...
Shabaki.
Yeah.
Shabaki.
That's how I've been saying it. Celebuki. Celebuki. That's how she says it. She says it really fast. How do you slow her down? Anybody know how to slow down Google?
Celebuki.
Slow down. She's going too fast. There's got to be a settings on this somewhere.
Celebuki.
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 Maybe I can do it. Nope, not that.
Celebuki.
I slowed her down. I figured it out. I hacked the system. Gotta go to your settings and you should be able to slow her down. I got my British lady on default. How? Where? See, like profile? Okay, there's settings. Settings. Pronunciation speed. I bet that's it. Let's go slow. Let's try that.
Celebuki.
Oh, she's a little too slow now.
Celebuki. Celebuki.
I can make her go even slower. Because there's a setting there. Pronunciation speed. Slower. I had it on slow. That's slower. Let's see how it sounds now. I'm having to type the name back in over and over again, by the way.
Celebuki.
Oh yeah, she's a little slower there.
Celebuki.
Celebuki. Celebuki. Okay, I gotta hear this. For science purposes, I have to hear this. Forgive me.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay. Good morning, Fuzzy. How's it going? Let's get back to farming. We were debating on how to pronounce Celebuki. So it's not Celobuki, it's Celebuki, like celebrate. According to Google, that's what she says. It's like celebrate, like Celebuki. Not Chabalki. It's not Chabalki. Somebody, I don't know, somebody once upon a time told me that it was Chabalki. So he's working on the update for Alma. Or well, he might already have it done. He's just got to get it done to the mod hub for Giants side. And I would say he is very close to having the Iowa Plainsview map out too. So I'll just head down to the green farm to fill up after we run out here. Ah, there went a road sign. Those road signs, you know, they jump out in front of you here. And they're like every 50 yards, too, so probably less than that when you count them all. That sounded quite atrocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. One great movie growing up, you know, as a kid. Got to watch that as a kid, and a lot of the old, you know, the old classic, old school Disney films like that, you know. You had Mary Poppins and Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, and you had The Love Bug. You had 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You had the Swiss Family Robinson. I really like the Swiss Family Robinson one. Lots of those old movies. You had Parent Trap, Old Yeller. Just like the old school Disney, all the Disney films that, you know, Disney himself, Walt Disney himself, actually kind of overlooked. You know, after that, you know, you still had some good ones, but something about the OG Disney ones. Well, that is a big field. I think I'm going to get started right here. Oh, there goes another road sign. There goes the plane shadow. Alright, I'm going to do long grain rice, I think, over here. Kind of north of the highway. Now this should calculate. It did before. Yes, it did. Alright, let's start with the headlands. So you can see this, the way we did it, it did calculate the lines correctly. So let's get him going, doing long grain rice here. It just takes a minute for them to think about it. Here we go. Got to load in all those lines and turns. Your inner child is coming through, yeah? Matt, do your best English accent. Good day, Mary Poppins impression. Oh, man. Well, you know, when you think about it, his accent, I'm sure there's kind of like a dialect to it. You have different English accents, right? Depends on if you're more from the Irish side of the island, if you're from the Scottish end of the island, if you're from the southern part of the island, which is like London and, you know, and all that stuff. And then sometimes, you know, the British accent comes out and you don't know what they're saying. Because it might come out like, good day, my poppins. Or if it's more, you know, I think that's more of the, kind of the southern part there. Might have the more central part, like, good day, Mary Poppins. Like that. And then if it's more of the Scottish side of the, you know, northern side of England, of the UK. Of course, I guess it would be more, you know, it'd be more like Braveheart, maybe. Kind of like the, you know, the little Scottish dog on Lady and the Tramp? It'd probably sound more like him. Alright, so I'm gonna hop across the road here. Try not to block him. Get the blue guy going. I'm gonna do just regular rice over here. Like, aye, good day, Mary Poppins. So it's still English, but it's kind of got the Scottish sound to it. And really the Irish and the Scottish kind of accent and dialect is almost kind of the same. They might say it different though. They might say, top of the morning to you, Mary Poppins. Or the Irish side. You have to kind of make it sound a little more like the Lucky Charms guy. Alright, we're rolling. And you may have already spied the other cedar slash planter over here. We're gonna get this guy going, but we're not planting rice over here. We are actually gonna plant green beans over here. Oh really? Did they laugh at his accent? He is, you know, I would like to say, you know, what's the right words? He is getting up there in age. I'll say that. He's 99 years young, and he is not in great shape. So I mean, you know, you look at all the actors and stuff that, you know, all the celebrities that we've lost this year. It would not surprise me if he was added to that list. I'll leave it there. Alright, so we're gonna do green beans here. Let's go back to the map up here. And I've done peas over here. So we've got peas over here and then peas down here. Gonna do green beans right in here. And then I haven't decided about right in here yet. Don't know what we're gonna do in there. Got cotton down there. I'm gonna do more rice down here. Let me go get this other tractor up here. This other cedar, we can go plant that other field in rice. I'm just gonna take this one over to the Tractor Supply and get some stuff. Yes. You mean this one? Did I pass it? Yep. Gotta find it. It's in here somewhere. You mean this one right here? The FD261? This one you're talking about? This is the one I'm actually using right now. I've got it right here on these two combines. So I'm using this header on the CR11 here, and then I'm using it on the AF11 here. Works pretty good. Yeah, you gotta have the long pipe. I'm pretty sure this will work on the 8000 Kloss combine. The only one that I'm not sure about, and I think it comes up a little short on the X9. So that's one thing with the X9 that I think it might have its limitation is the pipe length. You gotta have the longer pipe. Now you can use the combine from, who was it? JHHG, I think. That put one out in the mod hub. You can use that one. The pipe is long enough on that one. You gotta have the longer pipe for that header. But honestly, you know, I'd be okay using the 16 meter header. The in-game one, you know, is 15.2 meter now. Not too far. Currently, I'm on Judith Plains, Montana. And I stress currently. At our halfway through the stream mark. So, about maybe... about another 2 hour-ish? 2 hours-ish? We'll be switching to another map. Got a long way to drive. Eastbound and down. Loaded up. You know, I never realized there are two versions of that song. There's the studio version, and then there's the actual Smokey and the Bandit film version of that song. The film version of the song is like the actual film version where, I guess maybe where they're on the interstate. It's got a lot more trombone to it, and I think it's a little longer. And then there's the studio version, which is basically just the re-recording with Jerry Reed. I like the film version better. Where do you find your maps at? This map came directly from DJ's itch. Hang on just a second and I'll post the link to it. Eastbound down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. I don't know what happened to DJ. He kind of disappeared. Don't know what happened to him. So this is the link to DJ's itch.io. This is where you can find the map. You will need, there's a couple of mods in there with, not just with the map, but there's a couple mods listed there that you will need. You'll need the animal husbandry one and the productions one. One of them's like 120 and the other one's like 64. Don't get me to line on which numbers go with which one. But you'll need those to play this map if you want to play it. And this is a PC map. It's a PC only map. It's 4X. I will say you will probably want a decent PC. I'm running a i9 3090 and it does okay with it. I downloaded the enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto and looked at it last night. And after getting my account migrated over from before, apparently it saves that in the cloud, so all your GTA Online stuff, you can just kind of pick it right back up where you left off. The enhanced version, it is prettier. The graphics, it's definitely a smoother, prettier kind of game. The way the lights reflect off of surfaces and water and stuff, it's definitely a prettier game. The other two mods are listed there on their website. The link I just posted, they're listed there. It's the, hang on. It's an animal husbandry mod and a productions mod. Hang on, I gotta scroll down and try to find them here. It's cropped. Expanded. Added realism. Performance version. Required mods. So if you scroll down to right above the download link there, there's two links to required mods. One of them is more productions possible, and it's the 121. And the more animal husbandries possible is the 64 one. So those are the required mods. There are some optional mods that you can use. This one is precision ready. You can do the butcher mod. You can do other different stuff there. And you can add stuff to the map. It's not really that restrictive on it, but I was like, what is that sound? It's the guy over there planting. He's planting green beans. You got them? Alright, and you should be good to go. Should be good to go. Plant that rice. We'll be planting some more. Might ought to switch this over before I forget. Not the long grain. We want rice. There we go. And the reason why I'm going to do the rice way down here and not do cotton on this other field is because this field down here is flat. One of the more flatter fields. I just gotta figure out which road. I think there's only one road left. Is that a mod you use? Plant rice without the rice field. Yes. So this is the rice mod. It's in the mod hub. I don't know if it's for console too. I know it's on PC, but it is in the in-game mod hub. There's two rice mods. There's allow rice on fields, and then there's actually the rice mod. Oh, there went a sign. This is the one. There went another sign. This is the actual rice mod. I want to say that other one is. I know this one is kind of orange in its thing. Let me actually go look for that. Where is the mod? There it is. Try to post a link in here. So this is the rice harvest mod. Basically, the difference between the rice harvest mod and the allow rice on fields mod is the rice harvest mod allows you to harvest the rice with a regular grain header. If you use the allow rice on fields mod, you can plant the rice. The only thing is if you harvest the rice, you have to use the small Japanese rice harvester. So you're gonna want. I'll tell you what I want. You're gonna want the rice harvest mod, and I'm gonna post a link to that right here. So that's the link to the rice harvest mod. To me, the rice harvest mod is the way to go because it allows you to plant on the fields just like the allow rice on fields mod, but the rice harvest mod allows you to use the in-game grain headers. So, yeah, you're welcome. Let's see if I can get the lines on this one. Yes, perfect. Start with the headland, and here we go. Alright, so we're doing rice here. Let's see how the other guys are doing out there. Looks like they're doing pretty good. Doing the long grain rice up here. Doing regular rice there and regular rice here. May go ahead and do long grain rice in that one. And then here, I don't know. May focus on... I didn't do any oats this year because we've got a ton of oats. We've also got a ton of sorghum and stuff as well, I think. Let's go look. So barley, yeah, we've got 800,000 liters of barley. We've still got 1.6 million of corn. We got 581 of oat. We've even still got some rice. We've got 463 of rice. We've got 752 of sorghum. 4 million in soybeans. That's gonna be a nice payday. And then we've got 761 of wheat. So I mean, we're really sitting really nice, and that's what's in our silos. That doesn't count what we've already taken to the flour mill. So not really a whole big need for like your grain, like for flour and stuff. So not that we can't plant any, and not that we won't plant any more of the certain types, but I think we need probably to focus on doing rice and probably doing like some of the more oil type stuff. Speaking of that, I want to buy productions. I know we're probably gonna have to take out the loan. We got the 4 million liters of soybeans, so I'm not worried about the loan. We can max it out if we want to. We'll be able to pay that right back. But I do want to buy the productions. So these are the ones that we own so far. These are our not distilleries. What do we call them? Refineries. These are our refineries. These are where we get our propane. We've got our corn dryers out there. We've got the Country View Dairy. We've got our fermenting silos. Got our flour mill. Got our whiskey factory. We've got the spinnery. Got cotton in there. We've got the tailor shop. And we've got the beer factory. All of these are running right now. The ones that we don't have yet it's a very short list. It's not a very big list. So definitely want to get the pizza factory. I guess we could probably maybe at some point, maybe get the biogas, but I'd say we just hold off on that because that's a great place to sell silage when we need to. Got the canning factory. I say we get that one probably. Not really doing any of the lumber stuff. So the sawmill and the carpentry, basically we're just using the trees here for wood chips. That's pretty much it. And the cement factory, we're not doing stones and stuff, so don't really need to worry about that. Grapes. Probably at some point maybe get the winery. Is that what you call it? The winery? It's the grape processing plant. Got the bakery, that'll be another one. The oil mill, definitely. The one that we cannot buy, and Trent, you and Jeff can confirm this. My guess is that this thing, you guys told me this thing is broken because there's nowhere to take propane, and you can see down on the list there, it requires dry corn, it requires sorghum, it requires propane, and it requires corn. Well, apparently there's not a propane trigger at the ethanol plant. So that's disappointing. And you would think that DJ would have been back in with an update to fix that, but DJ disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got arrested and is in jail, or if he got abducted by aliens, or if he deployed to somewhere else in the world, or what happened to DJ. But he does that. He'll do the maps that he wants to do, and then he'll disappear. He'll come back and do a map or two, or 3, however many it is, and then he'll disappear. And it's like history repeating itself. He did the Judith Plains, Montana, fantastic map, but he's disappeared again. I don't know what he does. My assumption is that he has a job or career that requires him to be away for certain months of the year. My first theory was that he might be like an ice road trucker, but he disappears at the wrong time of the year, I think, for that. So that kind of rules out that theory. He might be in the military, and DJ, if you're watching this and you're out there and you're in the military, thank you for your service. But I don't know. Don't know. We'll see. I guess maybe in the future what happens when he gets back from wherever he's at. If he did get abducted by aliens, tell ET I said hello. Nano. I don't know. So. As a person who works at an ethanol plant, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, that would. I mean, yeah, but that's it's kind of crazy because there's a place with propane tanks there. And I'm assuming that's probably where he meant for it to be at. Let's see. This is not the right place. Where did I go? Is it the wrong place? Is this the right place? It is the right place. I spawned in way back here. So yeah, here's the propane tanks. I would have assumed or thought that, you know, you would dump the propane, because, you know, with the corn dryers, it's wherever the propane tanks are, right? So I would assume this is where you would take the propane, but there's no... And you don't do it in here, right? An ethanol plant being broken is very accurate. Well, I wonder if there's maybe another place around here that you take the propane to and actually dump it. Did you guys look all around? There's a lot of tanks over here. No place to really drive up here and dump anything, though. Use the F5 to look for triggers. Yeah, I did that too. I didn't look back in the back though. But let's go over here and just look at what the... I'll tell you what. Let's go to one of the corn dryers. That way we can kind of show that off. So this is where we can kind of pull up the triggers here. Zoom out a little bit there. So you got your the red box. I'm assuming is probably the trigger, the dump trigger for where you dump your propane at, right? And then you got the red box over here for the silo. So that's kind of what you're looking for. Go back down here. So there's the railroad track. Weird. I look like I'm dressed up for Halloween as a capsule, as a pill, running around like this. So here's your dump trigger there for the grain itself. I don't see any dump triggers up here. Go back and run around over here. Actually, it kind of reminds me of what was the hairy guy's name from the Addams Family? The one with the long hair. It's not Thing. Thing was the hand. Yeah, there's no triggers up here by this. There's the road. Cousin It. That's it, yeah. Cousin It was his name. He used to talk like kind of like the guy from the Muppets. Okay, no triggers down here. That's a big little pond there. Montana Grizzlies. Is that... I wonder, I need to Google that. Montana Grizzlies. Are they a football team? Do they play the foosball? Nothing in there. This is a spawn point. Funny that a lot of this stuff is not anywhere near like the main plant up there. Which would make me think the consideration that there might be another area that has maybe the trigger for the propane. Montana Grizzlies, are they college football? That's what I would think. College football. Oh wait, who's that? I bet that's the basketball. Was that like a bobcat? I bet that's the basketball. What is this back here? Okay, this is where you go in and operate it, right? No, don't buy it. I don't want to buy it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that it just doesn't exist. It's not there and it's not anywhere. I don't see it anywhere. I say unless it's integrated like in here. I wouldn't think it would be though. I bet it was meant to be out here. I am not seeing it though. It might just be something that he forgot. I don't know. Well, anyway. That's one production we won't be buying. It is disappointing that that's part of the productions on the map. But it is what it is. Alright, let's go check on everybody. They're getting on it. They're moving. Getting the rice. Looks like the green beans are done. Guess I could move this guy over and do corn. I need to decide what to put in this field down here. Sunflowers, maybe? What goes to the canning factory? Let me go look at that. I know the green beans and peas go to the canning factory, right? Let's see. So peas, green beans. So that takes flour and eggs. We need to get some chickens. Need to get some animals. Red beets, carrots, parsnips, long grain rice, regular rice, more long grain rice, more regular rice. I have a feeling some of these are added on just for... Now the spinach, unless you have the green beans and peas mod, the spinach you still have to harvest with the in-game spinach harvester. Is that right? I really wouldn't want a bag of spinach anyway. I'd want the Popeye canned spinach. You can actually buy the Popeye canned spinach still. They still have it. I've got some in the kitchen. He's Popeye the Sailor Man. He's Popeye the Sailor Man. So we've got pretty much everything there. The oil, corn oil, canola, sunflower. Maybe do sunflowers down here in that field. And I think I can plant sunflowers with this planter. Yep. I'm going to do sunflowers over here. I still may have to go back and do a little grass edge over here because some of the fields I have had to go back and do this on. This green bean field here, the edge, it actually came out to more of a point right here, but the edge on this side was so close to the railroad tracks that it went up, the embankment of it went up, that none of the planters or seeders would have ever been able to go up that embankment. So I just basically just came in and squared it off there on the end there. I may have to put in a grass line down here and go straight north. Yeah, see how that goes up on the embankment there? It's just a little too much. This looks okay. The plow got it, so I'm assuming the planter would get it. I'll wait and see what the planter gets over here, and then I'll come back and put in a strip there. Nope. Didn't mean to fire you. Sorry. I hit the B button too many times. Rice is going in. Got our cotton picker all parked up here. Need to go and get that truck. Still got the harvest equipment all down there too. He's planting rice. Got this guy on a plow. You know what? I could put this guy on a planter. Well, we'll test it out. This is one with tracks. We haven't had great luck with tractors on tracks with planters and seeders. But we'll test this out and see how he does. I'll grab this planter I've got parked right there. And we'll go get started on the corn. It looks like his tracks are further in, away from the 3-point hitch though. So it might be okay. Came in and did a grass strip. Did I do one on that one? No, it was this one over here. Yeah, that one was kind of on the embankment down there for the bridge too. Whoa! Well, I forgot how much these things are kind of fun to turn. You sneeze in these things and you'll be in the middle of a field somewhere. Trying to run GPS there. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope. I don't know what happened there, but he didn't like that. It might be the speed with it being on tracks. Cruise control on, the GPS is locked. He's starting this wiggle. See, there goes the wiggle. Oh no. Not good. These track guys do not like the GPS. Not at high speeds anyway. It would probably be okay if I slowed down. So here we are at higher speed. Got the shakes. Alright, I'm gonna slow down. I would say anything over 20 they don't like when you're locked in on the GPS. Kind of reminds me of, have you ever seen the motorcycles where their steering starts to shake and then it's like a point of no return? Ooh. Alright, so we are already on corn. Yeah, I don't know how that well this guy's gonna do with operating this. I'm looking at my turning distance here. And that's it. That's all you get right there. And he starts, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. The death wobble. Yep. Jeeps have it too. Here you go for corn. See how this works. This doesn't work. I may have to, kind of make the rule that, the tracked guys, just put them on like the plow or something. Although the half-track guys didn't do too great on the plows. They missed a lot on the ends too. But it was on the plows that I had them on too. There might be other plows out there. I may have to shop around. I know they released a. I know they've released a few plows that might work better. I'll have to go back and look at them. You know what I didn't do? I didn't take out that spot on the field that goes up the hill there. Didn't do that yet. So he's probably going to miss a little bit. Or he might get it planted, but the harvester will miss it. I don't think I came over and took that back out. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I think I got busy doing all these other projects and stuff and just completely forgot about it. Nope, it's still there. I can see it from here. And for you guys that were asking about the map, we've done a lot of custom work to this map. To see what this map looked like before we did all this, you can go check out the playlist over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/thegrainarcade, and check out the early days. All of this out here, most of this field that you are seeing, past these trees here. Let me zoom in a little bit. All of this field out here, most of this was trees. Most of this was trees. A lot of this was, there was a ditch that ran through here. And there were multiple fields. This, we just kind of took out the trees, took out the ditch, plowed all the fields together and made one big field. Yeah, there's the spot I was talking about, one right up on the hill there. I need to bring that down. Just a wee bit. I think the rest of it's okay. Alright, let's go check on everybody. So we're planting corn. We're doing rice. I would say this rice guy would be the next one that should be done first. No, who did that? Roughneck. Good morning, AC Gaming. How's it going? Okay. He's not fertilizing there. Wonder why he's not putting down the fertilizer. Gonna come in behind him and do it. If I get in the right field, I might see it. Let's try this out. We'll do the headland because it is a line. Are you gonna go? Okay. Just gotta think about it for a minute. For some reason he wants to go to the south end of the field. Not what I want you to do, sir. Maybe he'll see that that part's already fertilized down there. A little bit of it is, anyway. Wanted you to start up here, man. Come on, man. Oh, man. Come on, man. He didn't want to start up here. I don't know why. Well, we'll get him going once we get this cedar done down here. Corn guy's still rolling. Alright, while they're doing that, I'm going to go over here and take out some more loan. Borrow. I don't know how much we'll need, but we're going to take it. Go up to $1 million in loan, and then we'll see from there. Again, we'll be paying this right back once we sell the soybeans. There's $1 million. Alright, let's go buy some productions. These are the ones that are available. I say we get the oil mill. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's go visit that place so I know where it's at. So this is the oil mill. What does that say? Oleo what? Hang on. Oleo de Oro, oil manufacturing. Visitors, please sign in at the front office. Is this the front office? Want to know how oil is made? Book the tour through the factory at the reception desk. Wouldn't that be cool if you could? I've always said, you know, with the productions, Giants needs to make it to where you can go inside and actually see the productions happening. You know, it's kind of like watching the old videos of how it's made. Or you guys remember the Mr. Rogers videos where Mr. Rogers would go in the factories and you could see how stuff was made? He went into a crayon factory one time. He went into a musical instrument factory one time. It was really neat to see how stuff was made. I think that Giants really could step up the game and do, I don't know what you would call it, interactive productions or cinematic productions, or something, animated productions, something. I don't know what their technical naming of it would be, but it would be so cool to be able to go into like the canning factory and see, you know you could see your green beans coming in, going down an assembly line, going down like a conveyor belt or something. Whatever the process is, I don't know. See that again. That's the reason for it. I don't know what the process is. I want to see it. So show it going into like I'm sure they wash it and then they probably maybe cook it or boil it or something like that, and then they put it in the cans. It'd be nice to see the cans going around on the conveyor belt, being filled up and sealed up, and that would be really cool. We're getting a live backup cam. Really? That'd be cool. Is it in the cab on like a screen, or is it like a one of the camera mode buttons? But yeah, it'd be really cool to be able to go in and see how stuff's made. Go into the soup factory, then you can see how potato soup and all that's done. Go into the oil factory here, like this one. Go into the bakery, just be able to see all the different animated stuff. That'd be really cool. It'd probably be more difficult for modders because then they'd have to, start working on like animated stuff. But it'd be really cool. All right, 240,000 for the oil factory. We own it. Make sure, I don't think anything is running by default. What does that call it? Oil plant. Yeah, nothing is activated, so that's good. We ain't got nothing to put in there right now. I mean, we could probably bring corn in. Because all you need is corn. We need to plant some canola. We don't have olives, and I don't know if we're going to do olives. We can bring the rice oil in. So that takes rice and long grain rice. We need to plant more long grain rice and more rice. Because apparently you can use rice for a lot of stuff. I don't know if that's in-game as well, or if that's a Judith Plains thing. May have to check that out later. But you can do rice oil, you can do long grain rice oil. Of course, sunflower oil, we are going to do sunflowers. But definitely the canola. Alright, what other productions are there? The pizza place. I say absolutely to the pizza place. But to do the pizza place, we've got to build the greenhouses. Because all of the stuff that this needs, except for the flour, you need the greenhouses. Now we do have to have cheese to do these, so that means we've got to get into the animals. Whoops. If I get on the right thing here, I'll be doing great. So we got to have the cheese. Tomatoes, peppers. The other thing down there is mushrooms, right? Yeah. The anole mushrooms. I'm just gonna say that's mushrooms. So we need flour, cheese, and then all of that stuff. So we'll get into the animals, and then we'll get the milk and stuff down to the dairy and make the cheese and all that stuff. Right, these we own. What other things are there? There's the biogas. We'll probably hold off on that. The cannery. I'd say we probably could go ahead and do the cannery. Because we're going to have... we're going to have peas. Maybe my refrigerator's making a lot of noise. I guess it's the ice maker. Let's go over here and visit this. So this is basically like the cannery from Riverbend. Boy, that's expensive. $330,000. We own it. And then again, the wood stuff and the cement we won't do. The winery, we'd have to do grapes to do that. The bakery, all the bakery needs is flour. Well, at least for the bread. So I say we go ahead and get the bakery, and then we can kind of get the flour stuff going. Let's go to the bakery. The bakery's up here in Moccasin. So basically the bakery from Riverbend. That's better, 90,000. That makes up for that 330 we just spent on the canning factory. Alright, what else we got out there? The ethanol we're not buying because it's broke. Then not sawmill. So what does that leave? All that leaves is the pizza place. The rest of these I think we'll hold off on. The biogas, the carpentry, the stone place, the winery place, and then we can't do the ethanol and the sawmill. So yeah, the pizza place, that's kind of the goal right now, is to get the pizza place. To get the pizza place, we gotta have cheese, and to have cheese, we gotta have milk, and to have milk, we gotta have cows that give us the milk, and to have the animals, we gotta do it. So that's something we need to look at doing here in the very, very near future. Is that guy done down there yet? Yep, he's done. Alright, I guess I'll go down here and do some regular rice down here. Morning, Tomcat. How's it going? Whoa, that's a hill. I looked at this. See all these trees out here? That goes over quite a ways until you hit the river. There's like a river bend that goes around down there. You could clear those trees technically and maybe level this off a little bit and then make that field a little bit bigger. Just saying, it's in the cards, it's there. We'll do some rice up here. Alright, who's next? He's still doing long grain rice. He's just about done with the rice. I would say he's probably next. Him or the sunflower guy. Corn guy's still going. Yeah, the long grain rice guy, he's, I may have to actually, I don't know. Maybe he'll come back for this. I'm going to leave him alone. He might come back on his own and get this. And then we'll do more long grain rice up here. Just think, a lot of this, especially this field, we'll be able to expand this on out this way. Go into flight mode here. So there's the river. Clear out all these trees. I mean, technically, we could curve this field around right along the edge of the river. Maybe keep the road. Maybe that could be the border. Yeah, keep the road, and then this could all become field out here. We would literally be more than, well, yeah, well, by the time you go up this way with it, we'd be more than doubling the size of this field. Yeah. Looks pretty good to me. Pretty good, pretty good. There's this kid that was going into the first grade. And on the first day of school, he went up to his teacher and he said, "Teacher," he said, "I don't belong here." She said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, I belong in the third grade." And she said, "No, you don't belong in the third grade. You're too young for the third grade." He said, "It doesn't matter how young you are." He said, "It matters how smart you are." He said, "I don't belong in the first grade. I belong in the third grade." And he went on and kept arguing with her. Well, she finally said, "Fine, we're going to go see the principal." So the teacher takes the young kid to the principal's office. And they stop in the principal's office. And the principal hears the kid's story about, he thinks he doesn't belong in the first grade. And the principal said, well, he looked at the teacher. He said, "Give the boy a test." He said he might be smart enough to go into the third grade. So the teacher said, "All right." She said, we'll just say little Timmy. She said, "Timmy, what is 10 times 10? Timmy said, 100. And the teacher said, "Good." And she said, "Timmy, what does a cow have 4 of that I have 2 of?" And little Timmy says, "Legs." And she said, "Good." And then the teacher says, "Okay, what does the principal have in his pants that I don't have in my pants?" And Timmy says, "Pockets." She says, "Good." Principal turns to the teacher and says, "Put the boy in the third grade. I missed 2 of those myself." Oh, I thought that was a good one. Oh, don't tell me he's going to miss that corner too. For some reason, they don't like those corners. I may just have to come back and manually seed them or something, because they sure are missing those corners. Alright, let's see if the FERT guy can fertilize that field. For some reason, he still wants to start down there, so we'll let him start down there. I know he didn't want to start at all. See if he'll start up here now. May have to wait till the next growth stage or something. Nope, he's not want to do it. Let me try to do it manually then. I bet it don't work. At least it'll give me the lines here. Okay, he's not fertilizing. So I'm wondering if I have to wait till the next growth stage to do it. Guess we'll wait for the next growth stage and find out. Thing is, it's rice, so I'm betting that, you know, since, you know, the in-game thing, you know, the whole fertilizing part of it is like the watering part of it, right? I don't know. We'll wait and see. Alright, who's next? Probably that guy right there. Or nope, it's a sunflower guy. Well, he did plant that area over there, so... Gonna need some liquid fert soon. Tell you what I need to do, I need to put a little gravel road under the bridge here. That way I don't have to go all the way around. Oh man, there's a something there. Whoa, that's a rock. Guess I'll come over here and help him plant corn for the time being. Well, see a little corner that the plow didn't get. Go down here and hit these redone fields. I did redo the fields down here, so should be good to go there. Liquid. I only need a little bit in the front. Need some seeds. And some liquid in the back. Alright, so this is where I redid the fields here. And this is where I plan on putting the road in and making the bridge go across here. So I will have to remove 2 or 3 trees here. Change this back over to corn. Got this all plowed out though, so we should be good to go here. Let's see if it finds the lines. Yes, it does. Perfect. Let's do 2 inrows. Okay. If I bring the road right down through here, nothing fancy, just like a little gravel road. Kind of straight down, probably just go right in between these trees right here. Probably have to take these out. But we should be able to do the bridge right across the way here. Maybe bring it over and just take out 1 tree. Might even be able to fit it right through here. Maybe not have to take out any trees. Let's see if we can. Construction. Now, I gotta find them. I don't know where they're at. What would that be under? Others, maybe? There's a bridge there. That's a concrete bridge, though. Now we've got some wooden bridges. Yeah, like a log bridge. Yeah, something like that. There's a metal bridge. Just take a look at these and see. Yeah, that ain't gonna be long enough. That is not, let me turn on, snapping over here. That ain't gonna be long enough. Need something longer. Here's another one. Those ain't gonna be long enough. Gotta be longer than that. That's better, but that's still not long enough. That's certainly not long enough. That's not long enough. That's not long enough. I might not have one long enough. That's not long enough. Nope. 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 Not that one. We gotta find something longer. Ooh, that might work. Let's figure out how to bring it up, though. Yeah, that would definitely work. I'd have to figure out how to bring it up. Not long enough. And then we get down in the flags. So I've got one bridge that'll work. Unless we do like a concrete one. I don't know about the concrete ones. That one might be just long enough, but it doesn't really look like it would work out great. So the one wooden bridge there, that's what we need. That one right there. So... how do I raise that up? Place item. Rotate, zoom, toggle snapping on. How do I raise that up? I know there's a way to raise it up. That's zoom in with the camera. That's rotate. There's gotta be a way. Can I do it with my mouse? Do I have to raise the ground to do it? Oh, you have to level the ground first. So it looks like it would need to be... at about that level, right there, right up here on top of this hill. So it would need to match that going across then, right? This is going to be quite the project. What if we rotate it? Across like that. Wonder if there might be a better spot to put this. I know over here on this side of the river, it is already raised up kind of down here. We'd have to raise this in though too, wouldn't we? Might be easier just to do a river crossing instead of a bridge. Just go in and kind of landscape the ground up there and just make like a river crossing right in here somewhere. Like right here where I was talking about. Do like a shallow river crossing. Assuming I can do that. Let's see. There's the water. There's the ground. Yeah, I think it might be easier to do like a river crossing here. That would be a lot to level all that out. Right in this bend right here, right through there would be perfect. Let me go ahead and get these trees out of there. Tell you what, I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and do the landscaping. Do it from this side. We go straight that way. I'll use the trees as my target. So what do we want to do? Smoothing, probably? And can I change? It's not very straight, but I think I can use the diamond part of it. Oh no, it made the water flow. Oh, that's probably what I should have done right there. Use the big one. Okay, let's try that. I don't know. Let me look at this with the wireframe mode. It is up there a little more. Need a vehicle. Then I gotta figure out a way to take out these reeds. I need a vehicle. Something. Is this guy done? Wow, he got done quick. Where are you at, sir? You're up there. Got my truck here. Uh-oh, he ran out of seed. I gotta go get some seed for him. Tell you what, while I go get some seed for him, we'll run down there and see how that works. Wonder if painting the ground there will get rid of those reeds. Guess I could always go in there and with a plow and get rid of them, and then just come back with the painting tool and paint some gravel or something there. Sure, there might be like some river stone or something, like pebbles or something like that. Go get some fuel too. I did expand this field as well. Came down here with it. Alright, so this is where I'll be crossing at. Feel like, let me detach my cedar. Might be a good idea to detach that front tank too. Well, I got that tractor right there. I could have used that one. Okay, that's looking okay. It does still give me the warning. I don't think my tractor would. Well, I think I need to raise it a little more. Still a little too low. So let me. Wait, let me go into the wire mode here so I can actually see like where the ground is at. If I go back into smoothing. Yeah, trees. The only problem is I can't see the thing now. Turn up the intensity. Oh yeah, now I can see it. Let's try that, see if that does anything. May have to level it a little bit. So at its lowest point, that's where I sit. I think it needs to come up a little more. I think I need to level it from like right in there. Yeah, because what I'm doing when I'm smoothing that, it's bringing that level down right there. Let me level that and then take it down a little. Right on the edges here. I may have to build the edges up. Let me cut these trees and get them out of the way. Got a floater. Alright, we have another one over here. Yep, got a floater. Alright, let's move these trees out of the way. Okay, so I need to come up to the level where it's just above the water line. Or right close to it. Or no. Do I? What I need to do is level that back out through there and then smooth it and then bring this up out here. And my guy's still wanting to swim across the river. What I really need to do is just raise the little part up down there. Kind of out here in the middle and then smooth that over. Well, I got rid of the reeds. Still a little low. Now let me run the leveler out to the edge of the water. That way it creates kind of like a approach to the water, if you will. Right, now run a little bit of smoothing on that. little bit of smoothing out here. Still a little below the level of the water there. Need to bring that back up. Yeah, bring that back up just a little bit there too. Just a little. I think we're good on this side. Probably do a little more right there. Basically, this whole kind of west side here a little bit. Maybe a little more right in there. Alright, now let's see, can my guy run across this thing? Well, still need a little more right there. Little spot right there. Okay, he's not wanting to swim across it. That's a good sign. That's what we want. We want to be able to wade across the waters here. Let's try it with a tractor. Looks good to me. Let's try it with the other tractor. Turning out to be just as much of a project as the bridge. Yeah. Well, the thing is with the bridge, it's very difficult to level one side and then you have to level the other side to match the same height. And it has to match up almost exactly. Oh yeah, that looks good to me. Little river crossing there. Now all we need is the cosmetics. You know what? Let me put that pipe back in, because as soon as I don't, it'll try to empty into something else. Looks are good to me. Tell you what, let me move these out of the way. I could probably do a little smoothing back here where it comes up right there. Not a lot, just a little. Okay. That should get it. Alright, got us a little low water crossing there. Now all we gotta do is put a gravel road in there. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, so I've got the guys planting crops, seeding crops. We'll come back the next time and probably still be planting. Or maybe I'll go ahead and get everything planted and try to get other stuff rolling. So, alright. So YouTube will say goodbye to you guys. Make sure you catch out the next episode. We're going to another map. Alright, until then, remember you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you guys later.